Welcome to The Short Score, your weekly update of roping news from around the industry, where you can find the latest on the sport from the pro rodeo ranks to the jackpot world. I'm Taylor Vollen, and I'm your host. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Short Score. I'm your host, Taylor Vollen, and this time I'm bringing you a bonus team roping tip, powered by roping.com. Preparing to win starts in the practice pen, and in this Saturday bonus episode, legendary roping.com coach Jake Barnes discusses how working on yourself and your horses and using your practice time wisely leads to success.
You know, practice has got to be more than just going out and roping and having fun. Every steer that you rope, there's got to be some intensity. You know, because I've never gone to a roping or a rodeo if I didn't catch, or if I broke the barrier, I didn't catch, or my heeler didn't rope 2 feet every time that I won something. So your practices have to be intentional. You got to have some intensity when you go practice. You can't just blow it off when you miss. You got to get in a zone, and you got to beat yourself up, and you got to analyze your runs. So what the practice is for is getting your horse fine-tuned to where when you go compete at an event that you're going to give yourself a chance. Okay, so then the next step is the preparation of, you know, having good partners that you have confidence in, that they're on the same level as you are, that you're going to go with the intent to try to win something. Okay, so now then, the day of the roping. You know, I'm real particular about time. Time's really important to me. Okay, so when I go to an event, I'm there early. Okay, so the first thing is that I'm going to get there early, because the way that you enter, first enter, last rope. So there's an advantage. You know, what I'm trying to do is learning to have an advantage, free advantages. So being on time and getting to an event and getting your name down. The second step is going and looking at the cattle, looking at the steers, seeing how big they are, how big their horns are. So when I go back and saddle my horse and choose my rope, I'll have the right tool for the cattle that we're going to rope. Then I might go find the stock contractor and ask him how much the steers have been roped. What kind of steers you roping? What, you know, that's just giving me information. And then being able to get there, get my horse warmed up, making sure that I've got his mind right. I might even ride him in the box and act, you know, score him a little bit. Then the next thing that hopefully, you know, that I've got there early enough that I'm down the line so I can watch the cattle go. I can figure out the start. You know, obviously a lot of you guys rope at the World Series, so it's not much of a start, but still just getting a feel of the roping and watching the cattle and seeing what's going on and how the cattle are handling. So you got an idea of what you're going to do when it's your time to rope. And then, you know, basically you're just going to go through the process. You know, you're going to be aggressive at the barrier. You're going to get soon as you leave the box, you're going to start swinging your rope, have power on your rope, run to your spot, rope the steer, put it on the horn, set the run up, and give your heeler a good handle. Watch him come in there, get in time. When the steer jumps, he ropes him, and he comes up and he gets a dally, you face. And then, you know, but one of the things that you got to be able to do is that when you go to the ropings, you got to have the confidence. You got to practice the same way that you're going to rope. The only thing that's going to be any different than when you go to competition, that you're going to, you know, you're not going to go full bore, you know, full contact, making your horse be quick, but being aggressive, you know, coming out there and sticking it on them, putting it on the horn and giving nice, easy handles and freeing your horse up. And then when you go to competition, you're going to speed the process up a little bit. And, you know, my saying always is that, you know, it's going to be extremely hard. If you can't do that continuously in the practice pen, when you go to an event, you know, it's just going to be maybe luck if you can go execute your run. So, you know, practice with a purpose. And then when you go compete with a purpose. The same way that you practice. Mentally also, you know, you can't just, you know, you gotta mentally be sharp too when you go to ropings, and you can't have fear, and so the same way when you're in the practice pen, you got to get yourself in that zone, and you got to get a focus.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're heading over to roping.com to sign up today. With thousands of instructional videos and personal guidance for ropers of all levels, roping.com offers ropers an elite inner circle to learn from some of the winningest team roping legends in the industry, like Jake Barnes, Matt Sherwood, and 26-time world champion Trevor Brazil. Join now for only $29.95 a month and take advantage of step-by-step tutorials, run critiques, a private members-only Facebook group, live stream event coverage, and so many other benefits available exclusively to roping.com members.